watching Ask Profit, a show that answers all your stock-related queries, whether they're fundamental or technical. For viewers who are just tuning in, you can either call us or WhatsApp us on the number that's flashing on your screen. We're also joined by Ajit Mishra, who is going to answer all your tech-related queries from Religare Broking. Welcome to NDTV Profit, Ajit. I'll take the first caller that's lined up for you. Anant from Bengaluru is calling in. Anant, a very good morning to you. How can we help you?
Hi, good morning, Mahima and Alex. How are you?
Good morning. Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for asking.
Yes. Go ahead with your query.
See, I was holding Triveni turbines
Okay.
at 461.
Okay.
I'm having around 300 shares.
Mm-hmm.
And currently the shares have fallen almost 20-30% from the top.
Right.
And I would like to know, can I add more or should I hold for some more weeks or hold for a couple of more weeks or month to add it?
Understood. Okay, understood your query, Anant. Ajit, I'll come to you. Triveni turbines at the counter, are the current levels attractive enough to enter?
Yeah, good morning, Mahima. So my advice to Anand would be to wait and watch, because yes, as per the stock, if you say that definitely these are the key areas basically where the stock tested in past also around the weekly 100 days of exponential moving average and rebounded thereafter. But since the tone in the broader market is still not very conducive, means though we are seeing a respite or a rebound after a sharp plunge last week, and otherwise also, there could be more dent, in the stock prices in case if it fails to hold 535. So we are very closer to that mark, and if the dynamics changes for the broader markets also simultaneously, then he can look to add. Otherwise, because it's a low volume counter, in case if it fails to hold this level, then probably 450 could be the area where the stock might take next. So he should wait and watch and keep a close eye on 535 and small cap index as well. Once we see any sign of reversal, then only he should add, otherwise avoid.
Okay. All right. So that's the comprehensive view on Triveni turbines. Ajit, thanks so much for joining in and good morning to you. Mastech Limited is the name of the counter that we're talking about next. And this is another one that I'm throwing at you, Ajit. This is a question from Vinay. And he's asking whether this is the right time to buy the stock. What's your opinion?
Yeah, good morning, Alex. So, Mastech, if you see that, the entire IT pack, I would rather say, is comparatively better in this entire downturn. Large cap, mid cap IT names, they have done exceptionally well. Now, we feel that this stock has potential to again witness some bounce. Due to the oversold position, the stock has witnessed sharp decline of late. So with multiple supports at 2200 mark, from the short-term point of view, definitely you can look to go for a long position, a revival or a rebound trade, with 2550 being the immediate target. The risk reward is favorable. With strict stop at 2200, you can attempt a rebound.
Okay. All right. That's the view on Mastech. Let's go across to our next caller. We've got Rama calling us from Visakhapatnam. Rama, good morning, and how can we help you today?
Hey, Alex, good morning. How are you doing?
Very well. What about you?
I'm doing good.
Good. What's your question?
Well, I've had around 3,100 stocks from Yes Bank, and it's currently running at a loss of 7,000 to 8,000.
Yes.
So I'm just looking at, if I'm holding it, how long should I be holding? And if I have to add a little more onto it, at what numbers can I add a little more?
Okay. Just a couple of follow-up questions then, Rama. Did you buy, what was the thesis that you had when you bought it? Did you buy it for the long term?
Well, I have probably a year on my mind.
Okay, you have a year. So, therefore, did you have some levels in mind when you bought it at 20 rupees? Did you think that it would go up to a certain level? Did you have a profit in mind?
I was looking at possibly probably 5 to 7 rupees in each stock.
Got it. All right. I understand. So, not a considerable upside. So, it's actually a pretty level-headed approach and expectation. So, let me go across once again to Ajit on the technicals. Ajit, 17 rupees or thereabouts or 18 rupees or thereabouts is where Yes Bank is. He's only looking for an upside of what, 20% or thereabouts. And I say that that's a pragmatic approach because I've heard of a lot of other traders, investors looking at significantly higher upsides. Would you say that these are the right levels to look at?
So Alex, though his return expectation is moderate, but I would rather say that he has considered a wrong stock within the sector for this approach, because anyways he could easily get these kind of return by holding the large cap private banking names like ICICI, SDFC, Kotak. So though he's seeing some losses, but I would rather suggest him to, because he's expecting moderate returns. So switch to Kotak even at current levels, because for now, Yes Bank to move from 17 to 26, 28, it might take months, because the trend is down, and in case if it fails to hold 17 mark, probably we can retest the previous swing close around 15, 15.5. So it's likely to underperform the sector is what the indications are. The Kotak, on the other hand, we have seen a major break after almost 3.5 years of consolidation. So he can definitely switch from Yes Bank to Kotak and hold it for a year.
So you've spoken about private banking names and large cap ones at that, but the next question is an interesting one because I was going to ask about this anyway. Shiva, thanks so much for calling, and you're asking about State Bank of India. Incidentally, I was just going to ask Avinash about that. What's your question?
Hey, Alex.
Hi, morning. 1,000 rupees is the loss that she's currently incurring. Stock is under pressure today as well at 1,115. Ajit, on the charts, what's the advice that you would give here?
So Alex, I feel the damage has already been done, means the stock has fallen sharply, almost 50% from the record highs, and still there is no sign of recovery. But due to the oversold position plus the volumes are drying up now, so this shows that sellers are also getting exhausted. But we need some sign of decisiveness or a recovery. So as of now, I would recommend her to stay put. Now on the closing basis, 1,050 is something that should maintain as a stop loss. In case if it fails to hold that level, then probably it can test 800 also in the coming days.
Okay.
So as of now, it's a hold.
As of now, it's a hold. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a hold, but watch those levels very closely and make sure you keep a stop loss in place for these counters. By the way, if you're seeing significant drawdowns in any one of your stocks in the broader markets, then you're not alone. I was looking.
The next query that we have is on Canara Bank. Ravindra has bought in Canara Bank shares. He's bought on 110 shares at an average price of 105. He bought the shares based on the strong fundamentals, but he wants to know whether it's a good idea to average out at the current levels or hold for more time as the market may go down still. Ajit, I'll come to you because he's looking for one more entry in this counter. Are the current levels attractive enough to make the entry?
So Mahima, we have seen decent correction from the record highs. Means it retested record highs almost after 13, 14 years, and usually we see correction, but considering the kind of carnage that we are seeing across the board, that correction has increased. But I believe that this zone close to around 79 to 75 is a very strong base for Canara Bank. So if his view is long term and he is planning, let's say, to hold for a year or two, definitely he can look to add around this 75 to 80 zone.
Just a quick correction. He's bought 250 overall shares and he's bought it at an average price of 105. So that's the view with respect to Canara Bank. But we have our next caller, Ramesh from Mumbai, is calling in. Ramesh, a very good morning to you. How can we help you?
A very good morning, and I'm really thankful for taking my call. And I'm also lucky to have my question to Avinash towards this. I'm a big fan of this. I have a question regarding St. Gobain India.
Look at the wholesale numbers also just to see where things are going for these two companies. The next question is on Jyoti Laboratories, right? Jyoti Labs. We've got Raju, who's bought at levels of 344. The stock is currently trading at very close to that level. Actually, he's wondering whether to buy it at the current level. Let me amend the question. Ajit, on the charts, is this a good idea?
So Alex, the stock is in fact drifting gradually lower post numbers, and we have a new low So probably close to around 325 is something where we have the next major support place for Jyoti Labs. So in case if his view is short term, he can start accumulating in the range of 320, 325 and maintain a stop at 300 for the entire position.
Right. So that's the view coming in on Jyoti Labs. The next query that we have is on Power Grid. Ananya has bought in 120 shares at 335 per share, and she's been holding it since the last 3 months. She wants to know whether she should hold it for next 1 year or not. Ajit, I'll come to you. What's the view with respect to Power Grid on the charts?
So, Mema, if you see most of these, related counters, they have seen a very sharp correction in the recent weeks. And we are seeing a similar kind of a move in Power Grid also, though it's a low beta name. I feel it's extremely oversold now, and there's a possibility that we might see some sign of reversal also in the near future due to the oversold position plus the support that exists around 250 area. So she should definitely stay put, and gradually in the first leg of this recovery, close to around 280-85 is something that stock might test. And then probably her buying area close to around 300-310. So as of now, definitely she should maintain their longs with 240 as a closing stop loss and 285 as the immediate target.
All right. Thanks for that view. And it's time now to hit the rapid fire segment. And this, by the way, in case you're tuning in for the first time, is where we throw as many questions over a period of 2 minutes at both our experts.
Extreme oversold, but no sign of recovery exists.
All right. Anita from Andhra Pradesh wants a view on sales. She's holding 121 shares. 121 price is the price and 200 is the number of shares. What's the view with respect to the charts, Ajit?
Hold stop loss 90 and 3 months target 120.
Okay. All right. So we've covered quite a bit of ground. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining in and for taking the time for answering all the questions you did. Always a pleasure having you on the program.
Thank you.
All right, that brings us to the end of this edition of Ask Profit from Mahima and myself and the team that put this show together. Thank you so much for watching. Do stay tuned. Lots more coming up on NDTV Profit.